This is an Audio Wool original.
This episode of Frightday is brought to you by Spring-Heeled Jack Coffee. You need great coffee. Jack delivers. Visit springheeljack.coffee.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. If you'd like to support us, go to patreon.com/frightday.
I need to write
an intro? You don't need to write an intro. I'll intro this.
No.
I'll intro the shit out of this.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am.
I'm going to let you try.
Okay, so what are give me just like a quick summary
You've
of
heard
the
the show
components.
before, right?
Yeah, but tell me, my interpretation of what needs to be included is different than yours. So you tell me what components I need.
You say it is Frightday.
That part I know.
Gears turning over here.
Oh, yeah. It is Frightday. I'm your host, Byron. There's a new ranger in town. One with a Mr. Rogers flair. What is that neighborly toot? A match for the werewolf hiding the thing style among a quirky group of small-town citizens? We'll talk that as well as bow hunting and snowshoes as we review this week's film, Josh Ruben's Werewolves Within.
And Sam can't make it because he's that one guy in the cabin who doesn't know who Mr. Rogers is.
Right. No, he does.
All right. Well,
yeah. He
not
didn't
bad.
know that Daniel Tiger was tied, though.
What was that?
He didn't know that Daniel Tiger was an offshoot of...
Oh, I didn't know that either.
You didn't? Oh, yeah,
No,
Daniel
no.
Tiger came from Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Not a huge PBS junkie.
Oh, yeah,
like you.
let me tell you, I could tell you every PBS Kids show.
And I'll tell you, Kelly.
I wrote my first intro.
It wasn't bad.
It was pretty good,
Yeah, it's fun, right?
For 30 seconds, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. As the wise Steve Harwell once said,
Who's Steve Harwell?
my world's on fire, how about yours?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he turned bad, didn't he?
Well, I mean, people do love throwing bread at a drunken Steve Harwell, the lead singer of the band Smash Mouth.
Oh, did that happen this week?
Not this week.
Come on stage. You bring your ass on stage, whoever's throwing shit at me, I will tell you right now, I will beat the fuck out of you. Okay? You're a pussy punk bitch.
Okay, I remember that. I thought that maybe he had tried the state fair circuit again and something had
They
happened again.
continue to throw balled
Did he
up
die
pieces
yet?
of... No, why? Come on.
Okay.
You don't want Steve Harwell, lead singer of the popular band Smash Mouth, to be dying.
Wait, didn't he turn into some crazy right-winger that
Probably.
was doing Republican shows or
I
something?
don't know. I mean, he did play one of those early COVID shows. Who's drinking now? Was that you or me?
Me.
All
Sorry.
People really don't like to hear that noise.
Sorry.
Can't even see the dang mountains outside.
Well, I mean, no, actually you can't.
You see?
It's really
it's
gross.
rolling in, the smoke.
It's rolling in, and it's not the fog.
Already burning just west of Lolo. This one is the
Well,
Sleeman
no,
fire.
it's
It's not the
smoke.
fog. I like the
You
fog.
know, wait,
This
that-
hurts my lungs more. In fact, before we sat down to record, I looked at my air index on my...
151.
Yeah, it said not healthy.
Yeah, it was earlier
We're not
today.
supposed to be outside.
And here we are on the porch. Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Putting my life in danger.
You're welcome.
I was about to go on a jog before this.
Okay, well,
but,
then I saved you
kinda
from that,
saved
and
me
I
a little
feel
bit.
good.
Yeah, unpleasant. Thanks a lot, Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho.
That's
No.
how I feel most times. I make a joke and you just kind of stare at me.
I like this
to it.
reversal. This is fun.
It's not fun. It hurts.
This is good shit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of good shit, not a great week for B over here.
No, rough. How did you not know that was what happened to your car? I mean,
Well,
isn't that a pretty obvious feeling? I guess
all right.
it's never happened to me, so I can't say for
So
sure.
I was sitting down to edit last week's Friday show, and I was like, it was Saturday, by the way. It was late, and I do
Yeah.
apologize. And I was like, I like to go on a morning mountain drive. I like to commute to work in the morning. As someone who works from home, I like to get out for a second and then kind of sit down, buckle in, and get things done.
You like the distractions first, huh?
Yeah, I squirrel a bit, listen to podcasts in the mountains, drink some energy drink in my car, and try to get home. But this time, I was being tailed by a white truck, and I was like,
Who was in the white truck?
I don't know, probably,
Was it Fuentes?
it was probably Nick Fuentes' dad, probably.
Oh, okay.
But they were on my ass, so I pulled over real quick. I like to let him go past me and then come up behind him and maybe scare him a bit. And as I tried to accelerate, my car suddenly stopped accelerating.
It did not want to accelerate
Continued
with you.
making noise, and I just ended up pulling off into a ditch. Turns out my axle snapped. And you're right, I didn't know it was my axle. I committed fraud and got a...
Say that out loud.
Just say.
Like, I don't know if, like, that could get you in big trouble.
Well,
I actually
we're
worry a
all
bit
out.
about that.
I may have done a crime, but my car is now in front of my house, and here I am here. Did I tell you I chipped
Nancy's
my tooth,
car.
too?
You chipped your tooth?
Yeah, I was sewing. I was pulling a needle through my jeans, and I
Okay,
ran,
no,
chipped the
no.
front of my tooth a little.
What? No. Why would you? Do you not have a thimble?
You know what? I don't have a thimble.
Okay, for all of the sewing related things that you do,
Yeah.
there is no excuse for you not having a thimble.
I have a seam ripper.
Those are good too.
Useful tool.
Very useful. I've always thought that I could stab somebody with that if I really needed to.
You could.
Really, like, do some damage if you get it in there,
All
like
right.
wiggle around and
Yeah.
like.
You could almost do that with like a tap to a maple tree, and we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, you could.
a little bit later in the show.
Crazy.
I'm doing okay. Come on. But I'm happy here. I do have a migraine headache from the smoke, but I'll be okay.
That's funny because Josh Ruben's next movie is called "Are You Happy Now?"
Great.
Yeah,
You're outdoing yourself.
I'm really proud of myself today.
Kelly, I gotta.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm not going to work today. It's too
I really
hot.
need you to step it up because these DVD copies of Murder by Numbers aren't going to put themselves away. It's time for staff picks.
They say so much, but they never tell you if it's any good.
Werewolf movie with E.T.'s mom in it.
The Howling, horror, straight ahead.
Oh fuck! I feel like I actually liked that one. Was that Bullock?
It was Sandra Bullock. Michael Pitt, too.
Oh, that was before I recognized who he
It was
was.
young Michael Pitt.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. So
Hold on, I'm looking at Michael Pitt. That's important. That's way
Is
more
it?
important.
I mean, more important than my staff pick this week.
I can't wait to tell you what my staff pick is because you're going to be fucking furious
All
about
right,
it.
I really wish I could pick a couple films.
I'm so glad you said Murder by Numbers because now I'm going to look it up and watch it.
It's a great film. All direct. I saw it in the theater by myself, in like a dollar theater.
Oh,
and
the Cine 3?
maybe. I wish I could pick a couple films, all directed by my favorite video game adapting brawler, a guy that, while still tackling the subject matter of mass shootings, has made sure to do so with compassion and grace.
Okay.
Director of gems like House of the Dead and both the Blood Rain and Postal franchises. Subject of the documentaries Raging Bull and Fuck You All, the Yui Bull story. Do you know Yui Bull?
No.
All right. Well, I'm not going to talk about him as much as I find him wildly entertaining. He's a German filmmaker. I believe he's known to have made the worst horror film of all time.
Really?
Yeah, he likes to physically fight his critics in boxing matches.
Really?
He's a nightmare person. But yeah, I really tried hard to think of a video game horror adaptation that I enjoyed, but there just aren't a lot of them.
Okay.
I am curious to know if there are some that our listeners would know of that I don't, so email me, byron@frightday.com, or at Byron McKoy on Twitter and Instagram. Then I shifted my thinking to games in general. The past couple of years have given us some gems like Beyond the Gates, The Hunt, and Ready or Not, which the latter are both great ensemble films that have a kind of a similar feel to tonight's feature. You don't think so?
No. That's okay. Go ahead.
One that I haven't brought up for a bit, from 2013, the sophomore feature release from David Guy Levy, a film called Would You Rather?
Iris Shepard Lambert.
Dr. Barton's told me much about you. Your brother, he's quite sick.
You can help him.
I'm hosting a dinner party tomorrow night, and I'd like you to join us. I mean, there'll be other guests there. People who just haven't received a fair shake in life. And the evening will culminate with a game.
A contest.
Each player will be given a choice between A or B.
What the hell is this?
Decision-making in its rawest form. Would you rather electrocute yourself?
Oh no, I see where this is going.
Or
I don't think I can do this either.
15 seconds. Go.
No. No, I can't do this.
You must make the decision. It's the game.
What the fuck is the matter with you people?
Would you rather?
You sick fuck!
Oh. No, I've never seen it, though.
You should. Desperate to help her ailing brother, a young woman unknowingly agrees to compete in a deadly game of Would You Rather hosted by a sadistic aristocrat. I'm sure I brought this up as a recommendation at some point. It's just a dang hoot with a torture porn twist. Great cast, including former adult actress Sasha Grey, Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. His real name's Rob Wells, and it's an early Brittany Snow film.
Really?
Yeah, she went on to some mainstream success in several network TV shows, as well as the Perfect Pitch movies, which are more entertaining
I
than
think
they
they're
should
called
be.
Pitch Perfect.
Ah, you're right. What's Perfect
Grandpa
Pitch?
Byron.
Oh, right. I wrote Pitch Perfect.
Huh.
But it's your typical hurt someone or get hurt film. Would you rather? Not Pitch Perfect.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
that's a singing film, or Playing with Cups if you're that one girl.
Fair.
Yeah, it's the last one standing in the bunch gets money. But yeah, I love this. I love Would You Rather. Low budget, but wildly entertaining. You haven't seen it?
I don't know. It sounds so familiar, but no, I don't think so.
It doesn't seem like a you film at all.
Probably
I think
not.
I redboxed it at some point.
Okay, I really thought I muted it the last time. I apologize.
okay.
Now it's officially muted.
So where did you go with this one? You know, my thought process was adapted game, video game to actual game.
Oh, see, my thought process was who done it.
Oh, cool. I was going to do that, and I was actually going to leave it to you because, you know me, not a Clue guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love Clue, and I could use that, but everybody's heard me talk about Clue.
Too much.
And then I really like Murder by Death, but it's also horrifically
Murder
racist.
by Death.
It's a movie from the 70s.
I only know the band.
Yeah.
I only listened to the first 2 albums by them.
Oh, okay.
They got bad after that.
I've never listened to any albums by them, but it was a comedy, and it starred a bunch of famous actors at the time as major literary detectives that were all gathered for this like murder mystery party.
Okay.
And it had Truman Capote in it, which is interesting because I watched this when I was a little kid. And it was like my introduction to Truman Capote.
Everyone knows you're a Capote head.
I mean, not necessarily a head, but it's got, Peter Falk and Alec Guinness and David Niven and Maggie Smith, also known as Professor McGonagall. And, anyhow, it was very fun, but it was also incredibly racist.
So not your pick.
Well, because like some of those characters, the way they were written, were very, very racist.
Yeah. Stereotypes, caricatures.
So I couldn't do that one. So then I got to thinking, okay, how about Identity? Because that's a pretty fun, like, whodunit.
That is
People
a
are getting
whodunit.
killed off. I really like it. It's also like a touch point for me. Like, for some reason, I watched that at a juncture where I was starting to get interested in films again. Like, at least in my younger days, I went through these phases. It's a very cool movie.
It's clever.
It's very clever. We've got a Leota and a Cusack, and
The guy was also in Devil's Candy.
oh yeah.
John something? It's a 3 name.
John C. McGinley,
The big guy.
Scrubs.
No.
John C. McGinley was
No,
him.
the bigger guy.
Oh, Pruitt Taylor Vince.
Thank you.
And I was thinking about that one, but then I decided that like maybe too many people know about that one.
I kind of brought it up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so instead I went with a movie that I don't know if you guys have seen, but I don't believe I've ever talked about it. And I got to it pretty organically, but connecting it only makes sense in the way that I just described. Strange things begin to happen when a group of friends gather for a dinner party on an evening when a comet is passing overhead, a movie called Coherence.
Amir's bringing Laurie to dinner.
Amir's a total jackass.
Everyone else still not have service?
I got 0.
On the news, they're talking about the comet.
Yeah.
Wheeler's comet. After it passed, people get lost. They would end up in the wrong home. And they keep telling people that this can happen.
The chicken tastes like tuna. It must be Miller's Comet. The whole neighborhood is out of power, except for a house about 2 blocks up.
What was that? Mike, is that the door locked?
I'll check it.
Baby, stay away from the door.
I can't stand this. I'm gonna go see what's
Not
going on.
without
I'm sorry,
the
but I'm
rest
going.
of
See that?
Oh my God.
This is bad. This is really bad.
What's the box?
That was at the other house.
Oh my God. Baby, what did you see?
Hugh, what did you see?
We don't even belong here.
It's if you have talked about it, it was a while ago. 2013?
So fun.
Am I right?
Hold on. Yes.
Same year as Would You Rather. That's kind of fun.
This is honestly one of the better movies that I have seen, and I remember somebody recommending this to me right when we got started with the podcast, B.
Mm-hmm.
You know that feeling when you watch a movie that not many people have heard of, and you feel like you're like part of the
found
cool
something.
kids club?
Yeah.
I don't get that feeling very frequently, and this one gave me that feeling, and
Well,
I
if you would
really,
just
really liked it.
Listen to me more often.
But what I would like to know, Byron, because I can't really say much about this movie other than what I just said without spoiling it. Like, this is when don't read about it, just go watch it. It's very
brain
fun.
bender.
I love brain benders, and it is very bendy. What the hell happened to this director? Because he was just kind of like up and coming. James Ward Burkett, he had done a couple of shorts, and this was his first feature. And then it looks like he's done nothing since.
He's attached to something called ideation, but
He
I don't
is?
know. I don't know when that's going to happen.
Really? I couldn't find anything about that.
I don't know anything about it. Buzzy director, but it's a hard thing to follow up when you have like a...
Yeah, but that was 8 years ago.
It's true, but
I mean, he's been working still. Like, he was in the art department for Baby Driver.
Well, maybe that's where he's more comfortable.
Yeah, fuck that, James.
right.
Stop being a coward. Go make another movie. This was a good one.
Yeah, Coherence was great.
Oh, he also co-wrote Rango, which is just glorious.
You're a huge Rango
I fucking
fan.
love Rango.
You just love
Also, do you think Johnny Depp's making a comeback? Do you think it's gonna, like, is it gonna be revealed that he actually wasn't that big of a dick?
I don't care if he comes back. You're really invested in this.
Well, I'm only invested if it turns out that she was lying.
I agree.
If she wasn't lying, then obviously
Huge
I hope he's gone
stipulation.
forever.
Yeah, I just don't find any of his recent work at all interesting. I don't.
Yeah, I pretty much love everything he does, other than possibly beat women, if that's true.
Not a big fan of that.
No, I'm not a fan of that, and I will officially disavow him. But I don't know, that Amber Heard, I never question women, ever, and something about her has me questioning it.
I don't know when the
I mean,
truth's
maybe it's
gonna...
the fact that the body cams on the police officers showed that she wasn't telling the truth. I don't know. I don't know the whole
Did they
story.
meet
Somebody's
on
going to
the
yell at me.
set of the Rum Diary?
They did.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want a little hurt in your life, All the Boys Love Mandy Lane wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm Ben Shapiro.
I'm Ben Shapiro.
I watched a video.
I'm going to put 15 ads throughout my podcast so you can't avoid them.
That was psychotic. That was the worst, one of the weirdest podcasts I've listened to in my entire life. I was like, this is crazy, Ben. Stop it with the ads. Put them in later.
Did you notice how he helped and was like a super good sport with every ad except the gun ad?
Yeah, I thought Russell did a great job participating.
He was so graceful.
He was being very pleasant
Yeah.
to an absolute monster.
Fucking monster.
Oh, that was a fucking delight. It really was.
My movies are better than your movies. Go watch Murder by Numbers. You were making fun of it, but it seems good. It's got Gosling.
Whoa, she's
probably watch it.
Turning her hat backwards as she's saying that. Oh no, she's the cool employee now.
Yes.
What's going on here? It's Bizarro World.
That's right.
Well, I guess it's time I put my tail between my legs
Get
and
the fuck out of here.
move to
This
a
is my place now.
new small town where people could respect me.
Get rid of that old girlfriend while you're at it because she was awful.
Oh, we'll talk about that as we review Werewolves Within.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
Werewolves Within is a 2021 American comedy horror film directed by Josh Ruben from a screenplay by Mishna Wolf, based on the video game of the same name from Red Storm Entertainment.
Which was based on the card game
I
of
guess.
the same name, yeah?
Yeah, I guess it must have been. I feel like werewolf as a card game concept is something that hasn't been copywritten, so that's why there's so many different versions of that game.
Yeah, that could be true too.
But I didn't look into that.
When did we watch Scare Me, Byron?
Last year.
It was last year. Okay.
After a proposed pipeline creates divisions within the small town of Beaverfield, and a snowstorm traps its residents together inside the local inn, newly arrived forest ranger Finn and postal worker Cecily must try to keep the peace and uncover the truth behind a mysterious creature that has begun terrorizing the community. I love Josh Ruben.
I love a lot of things about this movie. Yes, I'm still trying to figure out why we haven't interviewed him.
I should reach out to him. I mean, I've talked to him a couple times since the release of Scare Me, which was my second favorite film of last year, and I truly think he's one of the most exciting directors to watch right now.
This is going to be one of my favorites of this year, I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
This movie had some of the best comedic timing that I've seen in a long time.
Well, yeah, I mean, he got his start in comedy. He had his big break over at College Humor. He's written and directed sketches for The Late Late Show with James Corden, including a Quiet Place parody called A Quiet Late Late, and Shaqnado featuring Shaq and Victoria Beckham.
That's amazing.
But regarding this film...
And not any more preposterous than the actual plot lines for those movies.
Yeah. October 2018, it was announced Werewolves Within was being developed as a feature film with Mishna Wolf set to write the screenplay for the film, while Ubisoft Motion Pictures would produce. Ubisoft is a video game distribution company.
Okay.
Mishna, though, she's a pretty acclaimed author and humorist, stand-up comedian. She got her big break with a one-person show turned memoir about childhood and race growing up in Seattle. It was called I'm Down.
Oh, interesting.
Funnish fact, she's the ex-wife of Mark Maron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they divorced in 2007. He's talked about her a lot.
Kindly, hopefully?
He's talked poorly about himself. He considered himself very emotionally abusive at that time in his life. And
so he admits that he was a dickhead.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I don't know about their relationship now, but...
Like if things are amicable, if they're like Tom Green Drew?
Yeah. I'm not sure if they're there yet, but I know he's recognized that he was a pretty shitty person at that time.
Okay, well that's good. That's good that he recognizes that.
She was also a character model for the video game Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. So they used her.
All I know is she is funny as shit.
Great writer.
Really good.
In capable hands. Josh Ruben joined after the success of Scare Me. It got the attention of Ubisoft. They provided him with a VR thing, quote, to play the game, which is, I believe, an Oculus Rift. But I don't know. For people who don't know the concept of Werewolf the video game or Werewolf the card game, you're with a group of friends. People are assigned different roles in the village. One or sometimes two of them are werewolves. No one else in the group knows who what is. So you have to try to go around a circle and accuse people of things. Different roles the villagers have will give different clues to who the werewolf is. But it's kind of it's a fun game. I'm sure you've played it.
No, I haven't.
Damn, really?
The card game, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
yes,
the
VR
headset is a VR version of that. You're sitting around a virtual fire in a medieval village.
Okay, but here's the thing. Doesn't everybody have to have the headset then?
Yeah, it's like an online game. It's kind of fun.
I got it. Especially, I should have had that during the COVIDs.
Yeah, I bought an Oculus for a minute and then sent it back. It was too much fun. I thought I'd destroy the podcast. I'd just sit in a virtual world. But while the world was still locked up, January 2020 was announced Sam Richardson had joined the cast of the film and would serve as a producer, and Josh was going to direct.
Is he going to be in all the things now, I
Pretty
hope?
amazing actor. I do hope as well.
Oh my God, he is great.
The rest of the massive cast was announced in February, and principal photography began February 3rd of 2020, which is just a crazy turnaround for this project, but great opportunities for everyone involved. It was shot in New York State's Hudson Valley near the town of Woodstock, which I believe, I know this from Josh's podcast, that was at least his hometown. I don't know if his family still lives there, but
oh, interesting.
He helped put on, or is the person who puts on, the Woodstock Comedy Festival there.
Really?
So that's at least where he grew up, I believe. I don't know. I could be very wrong. I didn't look into that. But this film, I gotta say, I was a little bit nervous.
Why?
Considering Scare Me was such a smash hit for me. Like, I loved absolutely everything about it.
How's it going to happen again?
Well, yeah, and you hear it's a video game movie. I talked about Yui Bull. There has never been really a successful adaptation of a horror game.
Well, but here's the key. I think that if the horror game is wildly popular, it's a lot harder.
Well, and also, if it's story-based, it's going to be very difficult to have any control over that or how you approach it.
Right. This was just... There was nothing, honestly, other than the concept of werewolves and not knowing who the werewolf was.
It's a werewolf whodunit because, they take it out of a medieval village. Like, there's literally Nothing about the game other than what you just said. It's someone's a werewolf. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Interesting use of a property.
They probably didn't have to pay much for it, I bet. I, like many other people, really liked Veep, but to be honest, 2 characters kept me watching it, and that was Jonah Ryan and Richard Splett.
I had a feeling you were a Jonah Ryan guy.
I mean, he's so awful, but he's just so much fun to hate. Oh, God, he's fun to hate. Richard Splett, I remember when I saw the first episode with him in it, it's like, Sam Richardson's a freaking genius. This guy is the funniest man ever. I had no idea that he was in the Tomorrow War, and I had no intention of watching it, and now I'm going to watch it just because he's in it.
I think there's something else that you should watch. A lot of my friends have been telling me to check out Tim Robinson. He just put out another season of I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson on Netflix. But apparently he is in a show called Detroiters with Sam Richardson. There's 2 seasons of that. People love that show as well.
Really?
So I think maybe we should both start Detroiters. I'm going to watch Tomorrow War because we got to support other podcasters. Mike Mitchell, the host of Doughboys, is in that.
Oh, well, that's cool. I mean, let's be honest. I'm going to watch it because of Sam Richardson, though.
Okay, well, that's great.
I also really like Betty Gilpin after The Hunt. I mean, I'd watch it for her. J.K. Simmons, good old Missoulian.
Of course. But I love Sam Richardson.
Oh, my God. He was, and just his character. At first, I was like, okay, so he's just playing the Richard Splett guy again. But it actually ended up being quite different. He was very funny, but
he's
also
a ranger.
Very endearing. Yeah, the ranger concept was glorious.
And he comes to this new small town because, was it really clear why he was stationed here?
Yeah, I think that they get into that later.
But yeah, recently broken up with, but is kind of unaware of that breaking up.
Yeah, he's one of those super sweet humans who just is not taking a hint about it, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can watch his heartbreaking, and then he's kind of clueless because the post lady is really digging him, Cecily.
Cecily Moore, played by Milana Van Troop. I always say that last name wrong, and I do apologize, but at the same time, I don't apologize because she was mean to me once.
She was?
Yeah. We shared a minivan once from a venue to a different stand-up venue because she's friends with a couple of my friends. And
she's a stand-up comedian.
She tries. Most of the time
she's not very good.
I don't know. She's fine. I was just being mean because she kind of gave me the who is this guy attitude. Like, why is he here vibes? And it rubbed me the wrong way.
Never appreciate an elitist vibe.
But that's okay. She kind of, I kind of forgive her because Finn and Cecily's chemistry, don't eat those right now. We're in the middle of a show. Why would you try to hand me a sack of pretzels in the middle of this? Finn and Cecily, great chemistry. And she had a very charming performance. So.
Finn Wheeler. You're the mailman.
Person. Yeah, gender's a construct. Cecily. Oh, I have mail for the ranger.
Oh, really?
Yes, she reminded me so much of Rachel Weisz at the beginning of it that there were a few scenes that I went through. I was like, oh, that is Rachel. Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's the Verizon girl.
Oh, I didn't even put that together.
Really?
Really.
Oh, well.
Also, keep in mind, I do not watch
commercials.
It was so funny.
The way that they developed each character within 20 to 30 seconds was just like masterful.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's too many characters to walk through. Absolutely everyone. What was your favorite though?
A
big conflict in the town is they want to put an oil pipeline through it. Is that right?
Well, one guy wants to.
Well.
And he's trying to convince everybody else that it's a good idea. There were so many excellent characters, but I really do think that Trisha, played by Michaela Watkins, with her crazy dog.
You're the new ranger. Ah, hello.
Yeah, who's this?
Stephen King's very own Trish.
Oh.
What? What did you say? I said Beaverfield's Queen Trish.
Oh, hello, Trish Anderton. Proud owner of Anderton Maple Farm.
Nice to
Been
meet
in the family 90 years, as everybody knows. But crafting is my passion. Oh! It's you!
It's a little pale me.
Has anybody made you a soap bottle angel before? You put it on your Christmas tree. Do you have a Christmas tree?
Well, not currently.
Or do you celebrate Kwanzaa? Put it on your Kwanzaa tree?
No such thing.
I love Michaela Watkins too.
She's like a hilarious Andy McDowell.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just so funny. So funny.
She's one of those faces, too, that you've seen absolutely everywhere. She's in, like, network TV shows like The New Adventures of Old Christine, the TV show Catastrophe, Search Party, which is an underrated show that I've still never seen, so I don't know if it's underrated.
But it's supposedly
people seem to
is.
really enjoy it.
Okay.
She also starred in a Mark Maron-led film called Sword of Trust, directed.
Which was really funny.
Have you seen Sword of Trust?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Directed by the late Lynn Shelton.
Yes.
That breaks my heart every time I see that. I can't watch that movie anymore.
Real sad. and
Poor
grim.
Mark. Poor Lynn. Poor everyone. Michaela's amazing, though.
Yeah.
I think George Basil did a really good job as Marcus.
Yes, he did.
Marcus! Marcus!
Wait, you're gonna want to see this.
Damn! Fuck, Marcus!
Shit!
What time is it?
Sorry, babe, huh?
Sorry, huh? It's not a time, Marcus. Yo, are you high?
Baby, no. Drinking and driving's for dummies, honey. Don't talk to me. They're strangers. Who's that? Hey, what's your name?
I'm Ranger Finn Wheeler.
What?
He's a new ranger in town.
Oh, that's Range String Deal.
What is that?
That's it. Y'all both police?
I'm Cecily. We've talked many times. Welcome to Beaverfield. It's a freak show.
Suck my dick.
Hey, she had too much soda.
Colorful couple.
Yeah.
Kind of a methy dude.
Yep.
Him and his partner, really enjoyed them. Dr. Jane Ellis, I could have used a little bit more of, honestly. I think she was a delight.
Yeah, I actually agree with you there.
Her character was really interesting.
There was a lot going on with her. The couple, of course, Joaquin and Devin, those
Love
guys were
Joaquin and
hilarious.
Fancy.
Devin's a tech dude, and Joaquin runs the yoga sitch. They're like an ex-city, nature-loving millionaire power couple. You know the type. Hi, boys!
I mean, honestly, it's one of those rare experiences where the ensemble cast, like, there really weren't any weak links.
Not even a little bit. And I want to talk a little bit about...
Even Chachi.
Even Chachi. Joaquin, played by a guy named Harvey Gillen. He is in the TV show version of What We Do in the Shadows. Does an incredible job. Have you seen that?
He's gotta be from Brazil.
Possibly, but I think he's
very Brazilian. You know what's funny? What came up today?
What's that?
I've been listening to some parenting podcasts, and there's this one lady that talks a lot about parenting teenage girls, and I've been kind of deep diving into everything that she's... And she recorded a podcast a few months ago where she was talking about how she was staying sane in the pandemic, and it was like this hugely guilty confession.
Okay.
She's like, so my husband and I, we watched this show. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called What We Do in the Shadows.
Nice.
It's super trashy.
Okay.
And it's about vampires living in Staten Island. And she made it sound like it was like a real world thing or something. I'm like, no, it's pure comedy. Like, it's so
have
funny.
you seen the TV show version?
No, I haven't.
It's actually incredible.
I believe it.
I had a lot of doubt, considering it didn't have Jermaine Clement or Taika Waititi in it. They do have some cameos, but I think they did an incredible job with it. And I think it's getting a third season, or had a third season, but...
That's awesome.
This guy's incredible in
Spectacular.
So why I compared this film to Ready or Not is really, really controlled comedy. A great blend of horror that doesn't pull punches. Like, it's still got gore. It still has blood, but it's not in any way something that a majority of people would find offensive. And a majority of people would find this film incredibly entertaining. It's one of those perfect merges of horror comedy. Like, it's not a horror comedy in the sense that it's like Scary Movie.
Right. But it's... And honestly, that was why I almost picked Murder by Death, because it's a comedy.
I wonder how this wind is going to sound in the mic. It's just...
I have no idea. I don't know how to deal with wind. Do you want me to put
No,
up a
it's
shield?
fine. I was just curious.
Should I shield it?
I mean, we could also
Shield it.
just not always record in the elements.
I like... It feels very good to be in the elements.
Yeah, out here in the smoke. You're squinting. Your eyes are red.
You were going to run.
I was going to give it a shot.
It's a terrible idea. Are you recording?
Yeah, we've been recording. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just
It's
making
good.
sure. I just
That's
had a thought.
Well, I mean,
you know,
if we were flipping roles, I should have forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're always talking about whodunits. I
love a
don't have
whodunit.
I don't have any real.
Never read any Agatha Christie
No,
books. Never. Yeah,
never
see,
saw
that was
Clue.
It's one of my favorite genres.
What kicked off a whodunit here?
When everybody gathered in the
inn.
hotel,
Yeah.
the inn. It was like somebody's a werewolf. When they found out like that the werewolf attack happened, like nobody had broken in. One of them was the werewolf.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
And they figured this out because the body of the inn owner was discovered. Is that correct?
Yes.
The husband of the inn
underneath
owner.
the patio or underneath the deck or something.
Not
yeah.
a good place. Yeah.
It was hilarious. And even, I would have to say that even like the creature stuff was pretty damn good.
I thought a lot about my favorite film of last year, Wolf of Snow Hollow, in watching this as well. Less monster than that. Different kind of comedy and different kind of... we got a ranger instead of a sheriff, but
Which is fun.
A lot of pretty similar themes, just done completely different while also within the horror comedy.
And I think this was more funny.
Oh, totally. I mean,
It's
I
dark
think,
comedy,
I
but
think
it's
The
not
Wolf
like
of Snow Hollow was
black.
funnier because of like some really dry moments, but this is witty back and forth overlapping banter. It's a different kind of thing.
Yeah, oh man.
And there was some really heavy moments in The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Yeah, you're right. There were. But this was like more accessibly funny.
Totally.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious that Josh didn't write this script. He wrote Scare Me. It was his baby. But he really knows how to direct dialogue.
Yes.
It was very natural, but like slightly elevated in its wittiness.
Yes.
He said, I wanted the wardrobes to look like they might get turned into action figures someday. Like the characters look stereotypical within their character.
Right.
And also like the set is a little bit more dramatic than it
Well,
could
and
be.
it's super stereotypical for a whodunit. Like there's an inn, there's some type of a big building
the
that everybody's
walls are
gathered
kind of
in.
worn in the inn.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
all the characters are up to 10.5. Let's
Right,
not say
we've
11.
got like super loaded motives with everybody. We've got the crazy oddball couple that are trying to make a buck, and we've got the
kind of reminded me of Maximum Overdrive, the couple in Maximum Overdrive.
Oh
a little
yeah, I
bit.
could see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, the whole thing. I am just like, oh my god.
Big fan. So let's spoil who the werewolf is, of course. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, I was going to say,
just going to do what you did. If I guess if things were flipped and I was you, I would have just said it a couple times.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
How's it feel?
I mean, it feels good. I don't mind being you for a day. I'm not going to do fucking 10 miles of running in the smoke, that's for sure. I can't review a movie as you, so as me...
Tell me about it.
This movie was everything I wanted it to be and then some. It was a great written story.
Mm-hmm.
The script was perfect. The set design was amazing. The acting was without a weakness, which is just with that many characters, it's so incredible to be able to pull that off. That's just amazing to me. I loved everything about this.
Oh, wow.
It could end up being my favorite movie of the year because I love whodunits and I love horror movies. It probably, much to my husband's dismay, I can easily now say is my favorite werewolf movie.
Really? Like
Yeah.
even more than Wolf of Snow Hollow?
Yeah, I mean, Wolf of Snow Hollow was great, but like this, I could watch this time and time and time again and feel like super entertained and happy about it.
Right.
For all of those reasons and more, I give Werewolves Within 9.1 snowshoes.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I love it.
I love it.
I had
Love
a lot
it.
of fun. Successfully developing an ensemble cast takes a lot of skill. Not since Ready or Not have I seen it done so successfully. I think this is an incredible swing at an adaptation of a video game. It had just enough social commentary to riff off stereotypes without weighing it down with a heavy hand. Like, we forgot to mention, like, a lot of questions like, who has a gun here?
Out of curiosity, who is packing? I am, yes, sir, America.
Well, we're packing, dog. Wow.
I have Dave's hunting rifle, if that would be helpful.
Oh gosh, I almost forgot. I got. It's teensy. It's just a little.
Okay.
It's first gun.
Excuse you. Okay. I
These
think
really funny light moments that poke a stick, a soft stick at the right. They also riff the other direction.
Yes, they do.
Which is
kind of hunty-like.
Very much. That was another movie I was going to point out in my comparison. Thanks for doing that.
Oh, you're so welcome. Any old time.
I didn't think I was really a whodunit fan, but then I thought, while I was writing this, I was like, I did like Knives Out. That's kind of a whodunit, and I do like this film, so maybe I don't know myself as well as I thought. Dialogue back and forth was incredible. The chemistry between the characters was great. I love Sam Richardson, and I forgive Milana for making me sit between two seats in a minivan. It was very uncomfortable, like putting my arms up on the armrests.
I don't like that she was rude to you.
It's okay.
I really don't appreciate it.
It's all right. This film's just a blast. It's a great film for horror lovers and normies. It's not over the top in any direction, and it doesn't pull punches, even though not many huge punches were thrown. I think it's a blast.
Yeah.
A couch filler for sure. And for those reasons, I give Werewolves Within 7.9 maple syrup taps.
Nice.
And those are our thoughts on Werewolves Within, which is available now on VOD. Go check it out. And once you have, let us know what you thought. You reach us at one of our many social media accounts at Frightday on Twitter and Instagram. You can leave a comment below this episode in the show notes at frightday.com. Was that my chipped tooth? Or send us an email, contact at frightday.com. We could also have a big discussion about this in our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/Frightday, or in our Discord server, discord.frightday.com. I'm really concerned. It's not that bad.
Nothing for Christmas.
Okay. I feel like our show want to help us make it even better. Grab something spooky at shop. Did I do it? I'm shop.frightday.com. Great stuff for the summer to put on your body. Got enamel pins, t-shirts, the cassettes. What's your favorite this week?
What's my favorite this week? My favorite's always Nessie.
All right. Nessie stuff.
Yeah.
Once again, shop.frightday.com. Get me a new tooth. It's really not that big of a chip. It's tiny, but it's. We may be fueled by Spring Hill Jack coffee, but it's the members of the Frightday Society who keep us pointing fingers in other directions.
Yo.
Because of course it's not me. I'm not the werewolf. When you join the Frightday Society at patreon.com/Frightday, what's that? You get to hear us talk a lot about UFOs. Because apparently we're doing it again this week.
Yeah. I mean, there's just too much going on. You can't.
There's this rumor of a leak of the full report.
Yeah, and I actually did get access to Dolan talking about it. It was identical to what I said. There wasn't really
Dolan?
Richard Dolan. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Well, Dolan was the name of a bully in my high school, so I had a bit of a...
Oh, you had like a visceral reaction to that.
Who's Dolan?
Freaking Dolan.
Come on.
Damn Dolan.
Dolan had a cross eye. I hope Dolan listens. He wasn't that bad of a guy. I hope his life's going well.
Richard Dolan's website is not easy to find.
Really?
It's like he's got real bad SEO. Like you Google Richard Dolan website, you would think that it would be in like the top few. No.
You searched the word website after the...
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe you're just not very great at Google.
Oh, I am so... Don't you fucking dare. I am so good at Google.
We're going to be talking about that report on Behind the Screams. That's where I was going with that.
The best way to get there is just go to his Twitter feed and then click from there. If you're trying to get to him, that would be the best thing you could do.
The show Behind the Show, it's where we talk more about some of the topics that we talk about when we're talking on this show.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. There's bonus episodes of Captain Kelly's Cryptids and Conspiracies, Byron Serial Corner, The Writer's Room, Toast to Toast PM with Wine Kelly, Cinema Autopsy, the first 10 episodes of this podcast, and members also get early access to new products as well as 15% off everything and members-only items. I'd like to welcome and initiate a couple people this week.
Oh, God.
Welcome, Carrie Winkle.
Excellent name. Carrie Winkle, I need you to list and send us visual representations of the 10 scariest colors.
And black is a color?
No.
Absence of color.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's good. Katrina C. Welcome.
Hi, Katrina.
Katrina, thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Katrina, I need you to bring me some Excedrin migraine because the smoke is doing a number on my head, and I do apologize.
Just tell him not to run outside, okay?
Well, we got at least 60 days, maybe 90 of this. I'd also like to welcome Jack S. Welcome, Jack.
Hello, Jack.
All work and no play. Makes
Yeah,
Jack
I want a list of your favorite film characters. I'm not going to limit it to horror. Favorite film characters named Jack. Top 5. That's
fun. And email those to Kelly@frightday.com.
Yes, please.
And CC me, Byron@frightday.com. Great. Creeping closer to phase 3. It's very exciting.
It is exciting.
It is. Keep it up.
Yep.
Be a bystander. Be a society member. You can even join our inner circle. Kelly's got a message for you going out this week.
I do.
Very exciting stuff.
I do.
Keep your eyes on your mailbox. Later this week, digging into that leaked UFO report, as well as we've got a conversation coming out on Friday with Kelly's best friend.
He's a very wonderful friend of mine. I'm very excited.
Your eyes lit up. Marion
Rudnick.
Can't wait for that. Very exciting. Until then, Kelly, where are you going to be?
I'm going to be on Twitter at Kelly Frightday. You can also email me, Kelly@frightday.com. Anybody who gets to go see the Avett Brothers this summer, please send me photos.
Do you not get to go?
Well, stupid Knitting Factory canceled all their shows in Missoula. And so that was one of them, and now they're just not. It's very sad.
And I'm at Byron McKoy on Twitter and Instagram. Byron@frightday.com is my email address. And until Wednesday, I'm Byron.
I'm Kelly.
The werewolves are going to get you no matter what.
No, they aren't. That's not one you have to worry about, Captain Kelly says.
All right.
Yeah.
Stay scared.
You've been listening to an Audio Wool original, produced by Byron McKoy, theme music provided by Cemeteries. For more programs like this, visit audiowool.co.